Welcome back to the Lemmings Hall of Fame levels of a commentary video series, and we continue with 10 more levels of the silver rank. First up, Silver 11, Ramses Pharaoh by Freedom Call. Yeah, don't know who that is and don't know the song either. Alrighty, so we have two entrances here. Yeah, bottom one is a pre-assigned climber and disarmor, while the top one is a pre-assigned slider hatch. So, because they're all specialists, there are some few sneaky things up his sleeves here. So, one of the lemmings down here will shoot a laser. Yeah, this will cause all lemmings to slide out the other way, except for the lead lemming. Yeah, because he falls. So therefore, he continues forward rather than going out the other way like the others. And then we're gonna go ahead and shimmy across the water gap. Alrighty, and then we're gonna go ahead and build over the crocodile trap here. Okay, he goes out the other way since he's a slider, and we're gonna go ahead and dig down. Yeah, diggers do not trigger off the slider dehoister, so yeah. So he continues going to the left. Okay, shoot a laser, and yeah, this releases some of the climber disarmors, and then gonna go ahead and fence through the rest of the wall here so that the others can be released. Yeah, because these guys are all disarmors, yeah, it doesn't matter which of them is ahead of the other. Yeah, the first one to reach the trap would just disarm it. Yep, and that's already it. So, platformer left over here, so not exactly intended. And because I have a platformer left over, I am very curious as to what it's for. Alrighty, Silver 12, A Night Like This by Carl Emerald. Don't know who that is, and don't know the song either. This, from what I remember, had some pretty bad backgrounds in like pre-testing. Alrighty, so after two lemmings, I'll go ahead and max out the release rate here. Fence to get on through the block here. One lemming will turn around. Okay, and the one that turns back to the left will dig here. And he will also become a swimmer. Okay, platform across this gap here, or this pit. Okay, fence on through. Okay, jump to land on the other side here. Yeah, perfectly a safe fall. And gonna go ahead and build across the gap. Okay, and then here, gonna go ahead and jump, so that he turns back to the right. And then go ahead and shimmy. And then at this time, I go ahead and release the crowd with the digger. Yeah, they'll all go out to the right here. Okay, mine on through. Yeah, and the trash can is solid Neo Lemmings. I believe in Lemmings 2 it is non-solid, its background. And then once we're low, then we're gonna go ahead and bash with the miner. Okay, so this releases the crowd here, and then he'll stop due to the gate here. Yep, and that's already it. So, floater left over here, but should be acceptable. It started not a very glaring background like before. Silver 13, Let It Be, the Beatles. Let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Yeah, nice song by the Beatles. And yeah, I did mention that the Beatles is pretty much like my favorite band. So this is a very nice song by Paul McCartney here, and yeah, has a very nice message to it. Anyway, so 2 climbers, a shimmier, slider, climber, glider, 2 platformers, 1 laser, and 3 bashers. So first one would become a climber. Yeah, and as you can see, because of the title, yeah, there are bees, yeah, in the level. I think they come with the honeycomb tile set of Nibitas, but I'm not certain. And then after a while, I make him a slider as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and shimmy. Okay, bash on through the one-way wall. Okay, go ahead and platform here. Then I make him jump so that he does not slide and go out to the right. Okay, so he's gonna climb it and slide back down and go out to the right. And then at the right spot, I'm gonna go ahead and shoot a laser to release the crowd. Yeah, so this platformer is to act as this platform. Okay, and finally, all this left to do is to bash to reach the exit with the others. And now for the slider, yeah, we need to solve that problem. Yeah, and again, this is just decoration. That's not a trap or anything. And so to solve the problem of him being stuck in an infinite loop, I just simply make him jump again. Yeah, and that's it. So, a few skills left over here. But I think Strato said it's perfectly fine. Silver 14, Inside the Pyramid of Light by 10. So there's 10 again, but again, I am not familiar with the author, and I don't know the song either. And you can also see that this level is surrounded by layers of one-way arrows in. Okay, so we have a 99 release rate here. How did we get out of here? Yeah, because I think this is like the only spot we can get out actually. So here I go ahead and stone, like the last lemming here, at a spot so that only one lemming that's coming back to the left gets separated from the others. Because yeah, as I mentioned, this is the only spot in which we can get out at the beginning. Yeah, all other places the arrows are pointing the wrong way. So we bash here, platform over the water gap. Okay, build to get over the master trap. Okay, jump to get up here. And then when he turns back to the left, we're gonna go ahead and make him shimmy. Okay, and then when he turns back to the right, we're gonna go ahead and make him jump and then bash. So this is just to provide an opening for the crowd later on. Yeah, because this is how they get released. And then I make him jump so that he turns back to the left. Okay, and then I mine here. Platform up the water gap. Okay, and then another opening here where we can get out. So we bash. Jump to get up here. Yeah, we're almost out of here. So another spot where we can get out is right here. But I have him turn around to the right first to mine through the one-way wall. Alright, now we go ahead and bash. And then go ahead and interrupt him mid-stroke with a shimmier. Okay, and then put a stoner so that it can turn the crowd around. And then finally release the crowd by building. Yeah, alternatively, you can mine as well. Mine through the stoner. Yeah, unless I'm missing something. There are... Oh, yes, the exit trigger is buried. So, no. Yeah, you don't mine. Yeah, otherwise you have nothing to break the terrain here. So, we need to go ahead and mine. Yeah, and then go ahead and stop the miner mid-stroke. Yeah, otherwise it won't be able to get into the exit anymore. So definitely a lot of walking around with the worker here, but yeah, it's not too difficult of a level since it's pretty obvious where you need to go in order to like get the crowd out and stuff. But how to do so may be pretty challenging. Silver 15, Valley of the Damned, by Dragon Force. I might have heard of Dragon Force somewhere, but I am not certain, and don't know the song either. I think this level also had a pretty bad background as well in pre-testing. Yeah, but now it's more or less solid here. Okay, so another level with a 99 release rate here. Okay, so dig with the last lemming and then dig with the other last lemming, the new last lemming, yeah, after the first one. So making two separate digger pits here. And then I go ahead and stop this digger with a builder. Yeah, at a point where a builder is enough to get them out on the right side. Okay, and then I also release the lemming by making him climb out to the left. And then also make him a slider. Yeah, just like that. At the right time when the digger finishes getting through. Because now the slider is going to go ahead and shimmy. While this digger is a sacrifice. Okay, then we're going to go ahead and shoot the laser. Yeah, when he turns back to the left to release the crowd, and that's it. So a shimmier and a builder left over here. So shouldn't be intended either, but again, at least it's like more acceptable than it was before. Silver 16, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. I see trees are green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. Yeah, that song. And it's pretty funny because I mentioned that song earlier in the video series, I believe. Yeah, when there was another one by Louis Armstrong. Yeah, but this is like pretty much the one that he's like well known for, I think. Okay, so whatever everything except for the stackers and jumpers. Jumpers we had 3, and stackers we had 2. Okay, this one isn't too difficult though. So stack with the second lemming. That has another lemming slip on by, so there's 2 lemmings going on. Okay, jump to get across, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump across the frog trap here. Okay, for this one, he becomes a stoner. Yes, right there. This is to make this platform for the others. Okay, mind you, the one we will. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and platform across. And then we go ahead and make a stack so that he turns back around. And then we go ahead and bomb through the stacker, and that's it. So, jumper, shimmier, and a climber left over here. Yep, like so. So, very nice level here. Oh yeah, it seemed that it had a pretty bad background in pre-testing as well. Yeah, according to the time record. Silver 17, Let's Get Physical by Olivia Newton-John and Dua Lipa. Let's get physical, physical. Yeah, that one. Come to think of it, I didn't realize that was by Dua Lipa as well. And then Olivia Newton-John, she like passed away 2 years ago, I would say. Like either last year or 2 years ago, I think. So second one becomes a climber. Yeah, the first one will stack. Yeah, and that gives him just enough time before anyone slips on by. And then also make the climber a slider. Okay, jump and then shimmy. Okay, bash on through, and then shimmy. Yeah, he stops right here, and then we go ahead and shimmy again. Okay, and then he's just gonna go up here. Okay, jump across the gap, and then finally shoot a laser at the right spot. Yeah, so that it's before they fall right before the exit, and that's it. Yeah, it's pretty interesting that the groups were all cluttered up like that. Silver 18, the creation by Joseph Haydn. I think it's Haydn. Haydn. I think I might have seen that name somewhere, but I do not know the song though. And I don't remember if this was another one of Stratos Lowell's that used the experimental skills that did not make the cut for the Neo Lemmings stable. Yeah, I know Strato had several levels. Yeah, that used the experimentals skills that didn't make it into the stable Neo Lemmings version. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is one of them though. So one of everything except for builders will be 3. Okay, he becomes a swimmer, the first one, and then block with the second one. Oh, and he also becomes a climber as well, the swimmer. And then we're gonna go ahead and shimmy to get over the exit. Okay, stack right here, so that he turns around, and then we're gonna go ahead and jump to get up these wooden stairs. Okay, and build across the gap, which should take 2 builders. Yes. And that's it if you stretch. And then finally release the crowd by shooting a laser. Okay, max out the release rate. Alright, and then all the stuff to do is to basically help the climber turn around. And I do that by building. Yeah, that's it. He can also build after he climbs the stack as well. But just make sure that he turns around. Yeah, and not walk into the rope trap. So a slider left over here. So luckily I didn't have to deal with any nuances of that skill. With, for example, them always turning around after every drop. Silver 19, Trapped Under Ice by Metallica. Yes, I heard of Metallica, but I do not know the song of theirs. Okay, here are 2 solutions. I think this one was the one that broke, but I'm gonna go ahead and check this. Or maybe it's just another one of those where I might have had a slightly solution that's where one skill was placed differently, but not by much. So second one bombs so that it creates a hole to turn the others, and so the crowd is contained while one goes on ahead. And yeah, you can see like pre-placed builder staircases here. Slide with the first one, and then go ahead and shimmy. And then when he gets down here, we're gonna go ahead and shimmy again. Yeah, and these staircases, they come from like a special style of Willems, I believe. And it's pretty interesting that there's one here in this pack because yeah, I recently played through Willems' Deja Lems pack, which pretty much centers around the idea of the levels are already solved by having pre-placed like basher, minor digger tunnels, etc. And basically the challenge is to solve the levels in a different way. Yeah, with quite possibly different skill sets from the original. But anyway, yeah, he slides out to the right. And then we're gonna go ahead and fence up. And then go ahead and platform up the gap here. Okay, and then shoot a laser, I think? Yes. This is for the crowd to get down here later. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and bash through the staircase. Otherwise, he's just gonna be stuck in an infinite loop because he's a slider. Go ahead and jump, and then shimmy. Okay, shimmy when he slides out the other way. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and pop him up the water gap. Yeah, I was wondering why I had him shimmy to go out the other way. So 3 platformers there. Yeah, and now we can go ahead and let him drop down. Okay, and then go ahead and shimmy here. And then shimmy here as well once he reaches the bottom. Okay, let him go out the other way. And then we're gonna go ahead and jump to get up here. Okay, bash on through. Okay, and then platform up the gap. Yeah, one platformer is enough. Okay, shimmy. Yeah, so that he does not go out to the right and then fall into the water. And then finally jump to so that he does not slide out the wrong way as well. And then finally platform up the gap here. Yeah, to release the crowd. Okay, so this solution is valid here. But before I show the other solution, let me go ahead and just show you how the crowd traverses through the level to get to the exit. So yeah. Now let's go ahead and see what the other one's about. Yeah, I can't quite remember what I did differently, if anything. But I guess I'm about to find out. So go ahead and bomb as usual. Okay, slide it and shimmy at these two places like usual. Okay, fence on through, and then platform. Shoot the laser. Okay, so here is where it differs. So instead of bashing through the staircase, I go ahead and jump it and shimmy. Okay, shimmy down here, of course. And then same thing here. And then platform up the water gap. Yeah, it still takes 3 platformers. Okay, shimmy here. And then same thing here. Go ahead and go out the other way. Jump to get up here, and then bash on through. And then platform up the water gap. Okay, so platform, and then jump. And then finally bash on through. Okay, so pretty much the only difference here is just where I used this basher. So I destroyed this staircase here rather than this one over here. So that's really the only difference there. And I believe both solutions used all skills. So either one should be fine. And then finally, Silver 20, Faith of the Heart by Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart again, but I do not know this song of his. Let's go! Alright, laser on through. And then let me behind the lead will become a slider. Okay, and then bomb here, so the slider can get into the hole. And then we're gonna go ahead and build to create a platform. Yeah, comes pretty close. I think I remember this one having a pretty bad background as well. Okay, and then we're gonna go ahead and build here. Yeah, to make another platform for them. Okay, laser here, and then go ahead and interrupt the laser by building. And yes, this slider that finished up here will go out the wrong way, and then he'll go out the wrong way again with this staircase. And yeah, this is a safe fall for yours. Okay, and then I'll go ahead and save the Lemming behind him by making him jump. And then, yeah. When he lays this brick, I go ahead and interrupt him by making him jump. So that he does not turn around. And then we make this slider shimmy to get across. Alrighty, so crowd is perfectly contained in here. So then we need help to get to the exit. And then make him glide, and then jump. Okay, and then jump again. Yeah, at a spot where he can get up here, which is one jumper. And then go ahead and jump over the walker trap here. Yeah, like so. And then because he's the fighter, he's going to go out to the right. And then glide down here. Reach the teleporter. Build to get over the exit. Okay, and then once he lands, I go ahead and clone him. Yeah, right before he can exit. And then finally, bash on through the one-way wall. And that's it. So, one laser left over here. So I am actually curious as to what that's used for. Alright, so that was 10 more levels at the silver rank. So next time we will finish up the remaining 10 levels at the silver rank. With this, hope you enjoyed the video at the Lemmings Hall of Fame levels over commentary video. And I'll see you all next time.